Curiosity. I mean, like you said, you talk to a lot of owners. You've been all over. You put a lot of miles, on your mileage card. I don't know. You've put a lot of miles behind you, and you've traveled a lot. What about looking forward? Where do you see our industry heading? What's coming up on the horizon? You may not know, but I know you don't have a crystal ball, but out of curiosity, I'm just curious to what you're seeing.
Well, we're all experts in our own opinions, but I do think there's some things that we can look at going forward that I think are fairly concrete. If you look at the prevailing trends before COVID, major uptick in technology. If you look at the greater sophistication in the marketing, if you look at payment systems, if you look at full service and wash, dry, fold in commercial accounts, if you look at multi-store ownership, if you look at sort of new dollars, more than mom and pop investors, but some bigger dollars expressing an interest in the business. Those existing prevailing trends have just hit warp speed in my observation. So those are things that have just taken off, and maybe progress that would have taken another 3, 4, 5 years to come to fruition. It's happening now, right? So we are seeing this boost. And I think a lot of it is underpinned by technology advancements. And when I look at high tech and laundromat, some people laugh that off. Well, that's an oxymoron, right? This is an analog, old school business, But if you look at what's happened with equipment in terms of efficiency, you talk about a major difference, from when I started almost 30 years ago, we're using half or less the utilities. And if you look at payment systems, hybrid systems, other things that are letting people pay in other ways, that has certainly driven a big part of our growth. The larger capacity equipment has definitely driven our growth. And I think that the technology in terms of being able to manage remotely and collect data, I think that's blown open the doors to multiple store management. And very well, there's sort of a limit to how much you can operate for yourself, by yourself in terms of locations. But as this technology comes on board, I think it's going to be more commonplace to see 5 stores, 10 stores, 20 stores. I still don't see a big roll up, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 locations, but I certainly see what I've always called consolidation from within. It's Jordan adding the second, the third, the fourth location. And you start to multiply that across the country, and we're seeing that multiple store management. And part of what I love about that is that, let's face it, if you're in it for 5 or 10 stores, you're probably running a better operation, right? Because you have to, right? So it's clean, safe, well-equipped, taking better care of customers. So as that propagates and aggregates in terms of the eyes of the consumer, I think we just have an opportunity to bring more people in to use laundromats than ever before. So I have a very optimistic view of the future, and a lot of that is underpinned by the technological advancements that I think are going to help us do the job even better.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of the same things. I'm curious, do you think